Greetings families, welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If this is your first time, my name is Mamri and you are very welcome. This is just a quick update about the videos that I've shared some time ago about those who embezzle the humanitarian money, those who think they can use money that's supposed to help the vulnerable and nothing will happen to them. If you have been following, some of them have been doing it for 7, 6, 5 years and nothing happened. They forgot that the game is over. The time has changed. The play time is over. Families, they have sentenced all of them to jail. They asked them 15 days they can appeal, but there's a lot of money that they need to pay back. And I was thinking, if this is Ghana, this is Nigeria, or some other Africa countries, Uganda, Kenya, just name them, my family, name them. This money will pay for IMF loan and they will never, ever take loan again. I mean, I'm not saying what they have stolen. I'm saying if this procedure will happen in these countries, just name the countries in which you think it will happen. They will not take IMF loan or World Bank loan. Families, please listen, and I'll be back. Thank you so much for your time.
In repression? Sentences Tania Hamidou to 15 years imprisonment and a fine of 5,640,000,000 CFA francs, all unconditional. Torpaga Ouedraogo Petronil received an 11-year prison sentence and a fine. 286080000 CFA francs. Ouedraogo Salifou was sentenced to 8 years imprisonment and a fine of 347675000 CFA francs. Bayou Philippe sentenced to 6 years in prison and a fine of 126 million CFA francs. Death order for Torpaga Ouedraogo Petronil. Declares itself incompetent to rule on the exclusion of Torpaga Ouedraogo Petronil from the Burkina borders. Receives Rain Lac civil party claim and declares it well-founded. Tania Hamidou, Torpaga, Ouedraogo Petronil, Ouedraogo Salifou and Bayou Philippe jointly and severally to pay 1 franc. Receives the civil party claim of the state of Burkina Faso and declares it partially founded. Condemns Tania Hamidou. Torpaga Ouedraogo Petronil, Ouedraogo Salifou and Bayou Philippe paid the sum to the Burkina Faso government. 2,133,252,000 CFA francs for financial loss, or 1 franc for moral loss, and 4 million CFA francs for expenses allegedly not included in the expenses. Orders the confiscation of seized property for the benefit of Burkina Faso. Further orders the confiscation of all property belonging to Athena Hamidou, Torpaga, Ouedraogo Petronil, Ouedraogo Salifou, and Bayou Philippe for the benefit of Burkina Faso. Orders provisional execution of pecuniary sentences. Sets judicial restraint period at 12 months for recovery of pecuniary penalties. Condemns Tignant Hamidou, Torpaga, Ouedraogo Petronil, Ouedraogo Salifou, and Bayou Philippe to leave. You have 15 days to appeal the decision. Mr. Prosecutor, any comments? Mr. State Judicial Officer, do you have any comments? Kidney. The council has been warned. We thank you for it. I'd like to make a few comments. My observations. In the name of the court. If this hearing has been made public, and we believe that one of our objectives was to raise awareness among as many Burkinabé as possible who might be affected by this affair in one way or another. Today, the people on trial are Mr. Kenya Amido, Monsieur Ouedraogo Salifou, Mr. Bayou Philippe, Mrs. Torpaga Oudradrago Petronil. Carefully investigate our administrations. We certainly have others like these on trial today. When appointed. Unfortunately, our loved one's initial reaction. It's to celebrate. Without even having received the slightest benefit linked to the new functions for which we were promised. If we ask Mr. Tania Hamido today, Mr. Oudradrago Salifo, Mr. Biolo Philippe, Mrs. Torpaga Oudradrago Petronil, who are his friends here? She'll certainly be able to count them on their fingertips. But why? Because, in light of this case, people are ashamed to be associated with you. It's about ensuring, each to his own, be sufficiently aware of our country's situation. And that less than €0 counts for Burkina Faso. Keep in mind, it is not at all possible, if not impossible, to fully satisfy the human being. We struggle to satisfy ourselves, let alone others. Let's simply be moderate in our actions, in the conduct of public affairs. We have technical service inspections in the various administrative bodies. It belongs to all to work in the best possible way with the resources at our disposal. Most of the time, controls are focused on decentralized structures. At the central level, maximum resources must be deployed in these structures. Not subject to control. For control to be effective, it must be internal. We're becoming more rigorous. Be more observant. In addition to technical service inspections, all administrative bodies have other control bodies. These control bodies include the High Authority for the Fight Against Corruption, who, indeed, need to get more involved in the control and management of public affairs. And to point out an opportune time is to point out imperfections, to make sure resources are managed efficiently. Account and supervisory authorities. Heads of ministerial departments. And belongs to them to ensure that we don't ask the agents to do what is not possible to satisfy their wishes. Most of the time, what we hear does what it can to manage the situation. But it's important to remember. Q. The agent of the financial circuit whom you ask to do the possible or the impossible can only do so in accordance with the law. If he does otherwise, he breaks the law. This means, when you ask for something, it's up to financial agents to ensure compliance. Text protects. My wish? With the Burkina people, who regularly consent. Financial efforts to support the stabilization of this country. And after this? Subsequent new gifts. This decision is unknown. For past events, it's likely we could find ourselves in a similar situation. But more is yet to come. Don't be observed. Burkina Faso. We all deserve more and better. Everyone must make the effort. Who can? To better accompany the situation? Paraphrasing someone. You can't be selfish. And I hope that none of us here will be selfish. As I was saying, to paraphrase someone, no one has the right to be happy on their own. I'd like to make a special mention to all of you who ensures our daily safety, who do their best to unite the country so that we can go about our business daily. Resources mobilized together. Need improvement to stabilize this country. Strength and honor to these fighters who kept this country standing. I have faith that the best is yet to come for Burkina. On condition. Fully committed. And honestly, finally. Long live Burkina Faso. Long live Burkina Faso.
Thank you, families, for listening up to this stage. Please leave comment. What are you thinking? What is going on in your mind? For me, what I was thinking is, I wish they can do this in all the African countries, especially Ghana. If they do that, the amount of money that they will get from the pocket of these corrupt politicians alone will pay IMF loan back, and they will never take IMF loan again. That's what I was thinking. And World Bank loan, because the corruption is too much. Talking about Kenya, Uganda, and the rest, I don't know what is going on in your mind. Just name the countries, let's shame them. This is an example that they are setting. I don't think those so-called democratic countries in Africa, I don't mean in Europe and others, that's different. But I'm talking about Africa. Oh my goodness. Uh, it's a big an example. Anyway, families, I will leave you here. Thank you so much. I promise I will not disturb you, but it's just an update on what happened. And thanks to Annie, if I pronounce your name well, for encouraging me to bring this out, because I thought I don't want to disturb my family. Yes. So yes, they have sentenced them. You heard it all. God bless you, my families. I will see you soon. My VIPs, my kings and queens, my new families. You are very, very welcome. You are welcome. Yes, we hit 11,000. I can't wait for us to celebrate. I fail you on the 10,000. This time we will do it and celebrate it with the new year together. Yes, I will see you soon. Bye bye. I only have one video to share with you, and then I will leave you. Mhm. I promise. But if anything come my way, just like yesterday, I will be here. You know me. I can't keep it to myself. I love you all. God bless you. God bless you. And may God continue to protect you all and our families across the globe, you know, Africa and the world as a whole, not just Africa. May God continue to protect us all to see 2025 and beyond. Bye bye, families.